was supposed to be an ordinary evening, a man stepping into the public eye, as he had done countless times before. And yet, in a flash of gunfire, Charlie Kirk fell. The news spread instantly, shaking his supporters, enraging his critics, and leaving the world in stunned silence. But beyond the headlines, there lingers a darker question. Who really pulled the trigger, and why? They say the man who fired the shots has already been caught. Authorities were quick to reassure the public that the danger had been contained, that the chaos was over. But when you dig deeper, when you look at the details, something doesn't quite add up. The identity of the alleged shooter is shrouded in secrecy, with more questions than answers. Who was he? Why was he there that night? And perhaps most chilling of all, did he act alone? Witnesses at the scene describe panic. Some say they saw one man raise a weapon. Others claim there were multiple figures moving in the crowd. A few even insist the sound of the gunfire didn't match the kind of weapon that was later recovered. Yet, in the confusion, the story was quickly wrapped into a neat package. One shooter, one arrest, case closed. But was it really that simple? According to early reports, the alleged gunman was said to have been acting out of personal rage. A lone wolf, consumed by anger, who had planned this attack for weeks. But if that's true, why do official documents reveal inconsistencies in his background? Why do timelines released by police leave gaps, minutes that can't be accounted for? There are whispers, unconfirmed but persistent, that the alleged shooter had ties to groups much larger than himself, that he may have been influenced, perhaps even manipulated. Neighbors describe him as quiet, reserved, even detached. And yet, in the days leading up to the attack, some claim he was seen meeting with strangers, unfamiliar faces who vanished as soon as the news broke. And then there's the matter of the footage. Several cameras were present that night, but only fragments have been released. The angles we've been allowed to see conveniently stop just before the shots ring out. Why is that? Was it simply coincidence? Or was the public never meant to see what really happened? Authorities insist the shooter acted alone, that there is nothing left to investigate. But history has taught us that official narratives are not always the final word. Again and again, high-profile assassinations and sudden deaths are wrapped up with a single suspect. Some say the alleged shooter was nothing more than a pawn, that the real mastermind remains hidden, watching as the public focuses on a single face. Others argue the shooter was exactly what officials claim, a lone, broken man, consumed by his own demons. But if that's true, why the silence around so many key details? Why the guarded press conferences, the refusal to release full evidence? Theories multiply. Some point to hidden handlers. Others whisper about inside jobs. And there are those who believe the shooter himself may not have been aware of the larger forces shaping his actions. The deeper you dive, the stranger it becomes.